First of all, congratulations on getting drafted and everything like that. Don't have to go very far. Obviously going to be playing home games in this building. Can you talk about the reputation the Nets have gotten over the last couple of years for development and things like that? What is it going to be like now to be a part of that here in New York City and Brooklyn?
Obviously, for me, it's a great opportunity to be in a team where I will be able to develop myself and also impact the game in the ways I can, right? And just learn a lot from the guys who's already in the team, from the coaching staff, from the front office. And that's a historical club, historical organization, right? And obviously, it's a lot related to Russia in the past. A lot of Russian players were going through this organization, and for me, it's an honor to be a part of Nets.
Second row on the right.
Yegor, in your visits with the Nets, how much did you get to know head coach Jordi Fernandez? And then kind of beyond that, how, I don't know, cool is it to get to, you know, international coach, a Spanish coach, right? You have Spanish, playing in Spanish background, and, you know, how can that kind of help you in your development in the league?
Yeah, the workout was amazing. It was a great group of guys I was practicing with, and obviously having all these coaches around, it was a great experience. And obviously we talked a little bit with the coach, with the other guys from the front office after the workout, and it was great to get to know them and see how they think, right? How they see me potentially coming to this team and just being an NBA player.
First row on the right.
Hey, Igor. Ryan Lewis from the New York Post. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
You've been described by some as possibly the best passing teenager on the whole planet, but also a guy whose jumper is going to be kind of the swing skill that determines what his NBA future is like. Do you agree with that assessment? And I mean, in your mind, what are the things that you think you bring to a team and that you need to improve upon?
I'll start from the start, right? Obviously, the passing is something that I was always doing, and this is who I am. This is who I'm trying to be. I believe into the game of basketball as a creative place where it's like an art for me, right? And I want to play beautiful. I want to play pretty. I want to play efficient. And for me, there is never a sacrifice of something, you know, sacrifice of myself for the team or something like this. It's about making a right decision, which I'm always trying to do. Talking about shooting, it's definitely something that obviously a lot of people talk about, and as you said, it can be both sides, good or bad. For me, I have no doubt I'm going to be a solid shooter, and I'm seeing myself as a really good shooter in the future, just because I know how much I put into this, how much I put into the work to become one.
First row here on the right.
Hi, Reagan Lighting, ESPN Enscape. We did see you talk about recently how you would see fans from Russia watching you on television and everything like that. As an international player, how do you feel that, what does it mean to international players to have that support system from their hometown or home country to continue watching you guys regardless of wherever you're at?
I mean, that's amazing. You know, for me, I lived in 3 different countries. I played it for 3 different teams in 3 different countries with different teammates, different cultures, different coaches. It's super different, but at the same time, again, as you said, the love is the same. And, you know, it's great to see that there's people from Russia who's supporting me and following me, same as people from Spain and same as people from America, right? And for me, it's a big honor to be known, right? Because this is somewhere I was trying to get as a little kid coming from Russia. I was trying always to be an NBA player. And as I said, just feeling this love and support from all of the places I've been through, that's a big honor for me. And I'm nothing but gratitude.
Third row on the right.
Ben Couch, NBA.com. Igor, you know, coming off your international experience, what was it that attracted you about playing in the American college system, and how do you think that's positioned you for this rise into the top 10?
I would say the adjustment from the youth level in Europe and European basketball to playing an American style of game against older guys, against more athletes, a faster game, a faster, faster pace, right, in general. Obviously, Big 12, it's one of the strongest conferences, right? And playing against teams like Houston, Iowa State, Arizona, Baylor, Kansas, wherever it is, right? Every game was close for us, and even if, you know, playing against Houston, obviously everybody knew that they're really strong, and it's still a great experience to play against them. Even if we're losing by 30, it's obviously I want to win, right? That's what I'm playing basketball for. But at the end of the day, I realized that every loss is an experience for me for the future.
Last row on the left.
Yegor, welcome. And I believe we're currently sitting on the Brooklyn Nets practice court. Welcome home.
Yep. Thank you.
Question for you is, we've heard about or seen a really successful past few months. We heard about, you know, combine and individual workouts. Could you talk about the preparation and also the mindset leading into these past few months?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time obviously getting ready for those workouts before I started doing them. I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles working out with Zach Gonzalez, my coach, who he gave me max out of his effort, and his support to me was unrelated to anything else I could ever ask for. And obviously he had his team too, the team of the coaches that were super supportive and were giving their best, and I'm really grateful to these guys and to obviously to my agents who were taking care of me, you know, just for this process. And I'm really grateful to them that I got to this point prepared and had a chance to be a top 10 NBA pick.
First row in the middle.
Congrats. Do you have any NBA players that you've studied or you'd consider that you model your game after first? And then next, during your visit with the Nets, what did Jordi Fernandez and Sean Marks in their conversations with you tell you about how they could envision you fitting into the system and what they're trying to build?
Two players I look at as an overall is obviously Luka and Shai as a big guards, the best players on the pick and roll, on a really high usage of it during the game. Obviously the heads of the snake, right? And being able to anticipate and really control the game with the ball in their hands, right? And it's exactly what I'm trying to find in the Brooklyn. And coach obviously was talking about me being able to get the rebound and go, and just go, right? And find those outlets, those athletes that Brooklyn Nets have, those young guys who has obviously a lot of athleticism, as I said, and a lot of talent to be a great finishers.
Second row on the left.
Yegor, congratulations. Adeshina Koiki, a lot of sports talk. You spent a lot of time in some very cosmopolitan cities, Moscow, Madrid, and now you're going to be in New York City and Brooklyn. What are you most excited about off the court being in New York City, and what were your first impressions of New York City, whether you watched it on TV or heard about it? What are your first impressions of New York City?
You know, this is my first time actually like being here more than one day, right? I was here when I was here on the workout with Brooklyn, but right now obviously I could explore a little bit more and see how it is. And it reminds me a little bit of Moscow, of my hometown, just in case of how active it is, right? It's all the time is alive, so many people, cars, all that. And this is something I like, right? This style of the game, I never stop, and this is something that I like about this place, right? It's really alive. Obviously, a lot of Russian restaurants that I'm happy to visit. That's the first thing I'm gonna do probably.
Last question, second row in the middle.
Sharif Phillips-Keaton, Nets Wire. Yegor, congratulations. It's been a couple of years since the Nets had a guy at the point guard spot that they felt could lead the team into the future. I'm talking about, you know, Kyrie Irving. With you being taken as highly as you were, do you see yourself as being able to fill the mold of the point guard of the future for the Nets?
Well, I was playing all my life at point guard, so I see myself as a point guard, but I also willing to do whatever it takes for me to bring success to the team, right, and impact the game in a good way. So if coach wants me to be a center, I will be a center. I have no problem with that. And I just know I'm a playmaker, and no matter what position I'm playing or what spot I'm playing on the floor, I'm going to make plays.
Thank you, Yegor.